Is there anything else you want to say about your experience here in Arlington Heights or District 25, or your kids'
I
experience?
wish my parents were alive. I mean, I would like to tell them I'm still here.
I love
I
that.
get a little emotional.
It's beautiful. I appreciate you getting emotional. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for asking me.
Hey Arlingtonites, Adam Harris here, your head of communications and storytelling. I'm at Dryden and I'm with Bob. Bob, say hi.
Hi.
So,
How are you?
Bob, how old are you?
82.
82 years old. And the reason why I've grabbed Bob, we're at the ribbon cutting ceremony for Dryden right now. Bob, you were in the first graduating class of Dryden?
Correct. 1953.
Okay.
The school was built in 52, and that's when we started classes here. Of course, it went into the next year, 53. So, anyway.
It's legendary. Like for you to be here when we're expanding the school. You said initially you remember it just being like one hallway, huh?
Yep, one hallway and a very small gym. I think the gym is still here. I haven't been in it.
And now it's that.
Oh, huge.
Huge gym. Okay, you're also, I mean, you're a legacy, your whole family is a legacy here in Arlington Heights. You moved here in what year?
1950.
And you raised your children here.
Correct.
And they're raising their kids here.
Correct.
What's so special about Arlington Heights to you?
Well, it's a good community. I mean, it's a bedroom community. There were 8,000 people here when we moved here in 1950.
Wow.
And, well, I bought my parents' house. So I'm in the same house I grew up in. My kids are only a few blocks away. My oldest daughter is married a fellow who went to Dryden with her in kindergarten.
Oh my gosh, the connections, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, I always get a big kick out of that. I have pictures of them in kindergarten, one year, and they kind of, they went to kindergarten, and then they lost track of each other, and somebody reintroduced them, whenever they started dating, and they ended up getting married. So,
I mean, this stuff is really, really cool. This is rare, Bob. Like, I think this is not something that I think a lot of communities around us experience, and I see it a lot here in Arlington Heights. People grow up here, they come back here, they raise their kids here, their kids raise here, and you've got your grandkids so close. What's it like being in Dryden right now with an expansion? Like, how do you even conceptualize that?
well, like I said, there was one corridor and a small gym, and there was right near my classroom, there were two fifth-grade classrooms across the hall from each other. I spent a lot of time in the corridors, sitting on a desk, because I was not exactly what you'd call a model student.
Hey, look at you now, man. You got a model family.
Well, I'm very proud of them. I really am.
I would be too. I would have a ton of pride in kind of what you've just built as far as a family. I would have a ton of pride in that.
Well, I'm real happy with them, and I wish I was a little younger. I get to see my grandchildren, maybe great-grandchildren, but they're too young and I'm too old. I started late in life. Been married, I don't know, 50, how many years? 48 years, something like that.
You've been married 48 years.
47.
And you're a Dolphin for life. I know they weren't the Dolphins back then.
No, I can't remember. I think it was Cardinal. Everything in Arlington Heights seemed to be Cardinal.
Everything was Cardinal. And then you went to South School.
Correct.
And then Arlington High School.
Correct.
Wow. That is a cool journey. Okay, so for anybody out there watching that's new to Arlington Heights, or maybe in the middle of their journey through Arlington Heights, or through this District 25, I don't know, like, what sort of advice can you give them or perspective can you give them?
Well, I think the school district is really good here, from what I can gather. it's a good school district, and that's one of the reasons my parents wanted to move here,
Yeah.
because it was a good school district. I mean, it was an interesting experience growing up. Some of my friends who are still living, we had a kind of a class reunion, maybe 2 years ago. I think there were 15 of us that was still kicking.
From the Dryden class.
Well, no, some of them were
Yeah.
from Dryden,
Yeah.
but we all went through. When we were here, Arlington Heights High School was the only high school
That's right.
in the whole district.
That's right.
District 214 was Arlington.
Yes, that's right.
And South School was a really old school, and then that's why we came here for 5th grade, because they started building a new wing at South School. And so I did 6th grade in the new wing, and 7th and 8th in the old wing.
Yes, I actually have heard that before.
So and some of the kids that I went to Dryden with,
Yeah.
I grew up with, we were in the same classes. I mean, we went to school together.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's a very, even though it's grown so much, it still feels like a very neighborly area.
Well, I've been an active member of American Legion for 35 years here in Arlington, and it keeps me busy
Yeah.
and breathing. I can't walk too good anymore, but yeah, that's all right.
Hey, you walked through that big gym real well. Okay, is there anything else you want to say about your experience here in Arlington Heights or District 25, or your
Well,
kids' experience?
I wish my parents were alive. I mean, I would like to tell them I'm still here.
I love
I
that.
get a little emotional.
It's beautiful. I appreciate you getting emotional. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for asking me.
Yes. Okay, now we just say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.